some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Biama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwukika Biama onye na-efe na aja ha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị ndụ n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma ma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee eziokwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much. And remember, in this channel, we discuss about the issue of the people in the contraption called Nigeria. Every indigenous tribe in that contraption called Nigeria, we have their discussion on our mouth. We speak about the intimidation, the killings, and every atrocity that is happening in the contraption called Nigeria, a British concocted organization, company called Nigeria. That is why we are here, to speak about the evil they are performing against the masses. And today, I urge you to pray with our Sunda Mazindan Kano. As always, please, if you have not joined, join that prayer. It is not yet late. It is not yet late. You can join us now and continue to pray with our Sunda Mazindan Kano. He has started that prayer with us, and today you can see a lot of things are unfolding. Miracles are happening. We can see the effect of everything that Sunda Mazindan Kano has put in place. That is why we pray along with him, for us to know where to follow, where to go, and his mindset, and the mindset of Chukwukika Biama, most importantly, on the way to go. That is why we are speaking up. Today, we are going to talk about the effect of the sit at home and the propaganda against the sit at home. That is what I'm going to talk about today. You can see, whenever I come online, I tell you that we have to work on the foundation that Sunda Mazindan have laid down. He has laid some strong foundation through which we can be able to actualize Biafra. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying out there. It doesn't matter the propaganda they're pushing out there. These things he has put in place are the only way that we can be able to forge ahead and be able to reach our freedom. It is clear. It is obvious. You cannot deny that. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It doesn't matter what you say. This is the obvious truth. You can see that the sit at home that Sunda Mazindan have initiated is doing a marvelous work. And I must tell you, to put the record straight, I support the sit at home 100%. I support the sit at home 100% again and again until things are done right. Even if it will be increased, let it get increased. When you see people coming on social media to talk against the sit at home, you see governors coming to speak against this sit at home, some of them coming to talk about economy or no economy. These are a bunch of idiots, criminals who has nothing to offer to the southeastern part of Nigeria. Go and check the platform of those who are talking against this very sit at home. They have nothing to offer even to their own family. They have not been able to support their family, support people who are around them, let alone supporting the southeastern region. They don't have anything to offer to their neighbors. They don't think about others. They are selfish individuals who are thinking about themselves alone. The sit at home is something that individuals on their own have imposed on themselves to make sure that they air their opinion of the suffering that is going on in the southeastern part of Nigeria. If anyone denies that there is no suffering in the southeastern part of Nigeria, that person is the devil incarnate. There has been suffering in the southeastern part of Nigeria, and the economy of the country has never been anything better. The way the southeastern part of Nigeria is being intimidated is the reason why you see most of the Igbos run away from their region. Most of the people from Biafra land run away from their region, and they are going in other states to go and flourish, because in their own state there is nothing to write home about. All these senators and governors that are now speaking, talking about sit at home that is destroying the economy. What efforts have they made in the past to make sure that people who are really empowering that very economy in that very session succeed? Nothing. They have not been able to construct any road. There is no road whatsoever in the southern part of Nigeria. I am not talking about the governors and the senators who are speaking against the sit at home. They have nothing to offer. There has never been any plan from them to improve the economy of the southern part of Nigeria. It has been individuals on their own. If you see some places where roads have been rehabilitated, it's been individual on their own that we are people building the southeastern part of Nigeria. And now somebody, a criminal, is coming as a governor to come and tell me that that the sit at home is affecting the economy. What economy? The people who are being affected with the sit at home are the criminals who are stealing money of the other people, because the more the sit at home continue to go on, the more we begin to see their weaknesses. We begin to see the evil that they are perpetrating. That is why they are crying out. But for the ordinary people who are in charge of that very economy, they don't care. They want to air their opinion and fight the battle once and for all. That is why they are bent on going ahead with the sit at home. And I support them 100%. Anybody that is supporting sit at home, I support them 101%. People who are talking against the sit at home are people who doesn't have anything to offer. They have no plan to actualize Biafra. They have no plan to make their own life better. Even inside that one Nigeria, they have no plan to make themselves better. They have no plan to speak up for their people. Even in that one Nigeria, they are the people who are speaking against the opinion of the people. This has been the work of the political set right from onset. They always stand against the people. Whatever the people decide to do, they stand against it. They have never ever in their lifetime spoken up for the ordinary people. You can see the ordinary people now take the challenge on their own hand, begin to do what is right, do it by themselves the way they think fit. And somebody is coming out to bring a propaganda against it, to tell us that the sit at home is affecting ordinary people, that it's affecting the economy of the area that has never had any economy. We have been crying for building of road for a very long time. There has never been any time they struggle to build the road. The only thing they come with their political party is to begin to campaign of Niger Bridge. Niger Bridge, for how many years and how many kilometers is that Niger Bridge that a state cannot even build? How many? What is the length of it? You will tell me that it's a federal government project. How have you tried to persuade the federal government to build the roads, federal roads, and even that Niger Bridge for the past years? All you go is to use it to make a campaign every election. You come and campaign, every election, you come and campaign. The end has come. Every Biafran have taken challenge on themselves to free themselves from this very captivity. And I support everybody that is supporting the sit at home. And it must continue. The only thing that will stop the sit at home is when we see our Supreme Mazen Nandekan come out and speak to us and say enough is enough. Mazen Nandekan have put a lot of strategies on the ground. I say it all the time. If we can be able to build on the strategies that Mazen Nandekan have let down, we will never fail and we will never lack anything. That is why I support the sit at home. When Mazen Nandekan established the sit at home, it was a foundational study coming. And today, you can see the effect of that sit at home. Who are those crying? Those who are shouting and crying are those politicians, those who are killing us. You can see some who are using their social media handle. They are still those who are being bought by these politicians. You see some of them coming out naked to talk about this very sit at home, stand against sit at home. People who have nothing to offer. Some of them don't even have the business of their own they are running in the southeastern part of Nigeria. They don't have it. People who are running the business of southern Nigeria, most of them have been interviewed. They have said it the way it is, that they are willing to sacrifice anything to get Biafra. Just like our Sule Mazen Nandekan said, he is willing to sacrifice anything sacrificable. Exactly what he is doing today, sacrificing his own life for us. And you are out there talking about the sit at home, just to sit your butt at home for 1 or 2 days to air your own opinion. and support the struggle for Biafra. That is what you are complaining. You are complaining, forgetting that somebody is in jail, somebody is being held by DSS against his will. Somebody has been kidnapped from Kenya because of you, sent to Nigeria through extraordinary edition, and today he's in the hand of DSS. You don't know what is happening to him. You don't care. You don't want to say anything. You don't want to do anything about it. All you got to do is to come and talk against it. Sit at home. That people on their own, willingly, not just IPOB this time. It wasn't even IPOB. IPOB initiated that. They initiated it and they cancelled it through DOS. DOS cancelled it. And the people on their own said they want to air their opinion and make sure that the Supreme Court is released. Make sure that Biafra referendum is actualized. That is what they are doing. And somebody is talking against it. Speaking against it. You think that freedom is being given on the platter of gold? You think that freedom, the Janjaweed will serve you freedom on the table? You think that the Janjaweed will just call you on the round table and tell you, okay, go? It doesn't happen anywhere and will never happen. That is why the people of Biafra, the Biafran spirit have possessed everybody, and now they are speaking louder than ever. And they will speak more. It doesn't matter how loud the governors cry. It doesn't matter how loud the politicians cry. It doesn't matter how loud those evil men cry. It doesn't matter how you try to demonize sit at home. People will continue to abide with it because you are not in control. You are not in control. Chukwu Okike is in control of the sit at home. And Chukwu Okike installed that sit at home that things must surely change on before that sit at home be called off. People are working on their own. You can't stop them. You cannot beat a child and tell that child not to cry. I support the sit at home 100%. You see them, see those who call themselves politicians, who call themselves elite. Instead of addressing this very issue, why are these people sitting at home even when the sit at home was called off? Why is it that the southeastern people are sitting at home even when the sit at home is called off? They are not addressing it. They are not speaking about it. Instead, they are coming, some of them going to church to go and announce and call their colleagues in the churches to go and deceive the people, to begin to go back into the debt that they are running away from. You see Omahi, Dave Omahi, the devil incarnate in the southeastern part of Nigeria, going to church to force the church people to call GOs and elders of the church to begin to talk to their members to call off the sit at home. Instead of addressing the main issue, ask them why are they sitting at home? Have you addressed that issue? He wouldn't address it. Watch Omahi in the church.
What ghost areas? Economic activity started slow and late, with traders, artisans, and transporters shunning their businesses, just as banks, filling stations, and roadside shops remained shut till the better part of the day. This is in spite of the latest directive issued by the Ebonyi State government threatening to sack civil and public servants who failed to turn up for work on Monday in observance of the civil disobedience.
You can see that people are going about their business, but in a very skeletal way. I will want to encourage people to come out. The banks are open, you know, and but the customers are not coming as usual, you know. So, but we want to encourage them. You know, we have a cluster of banks here, so go to this special place, special action, going forward, so that they'll be very confident to open their door.
When you sit at home, there's not food for the governors in their homes. It's not biting them. You sit at home, some of their children are outside the country. It's not biting them. But I know that if the body of Christ and our traditional institution will rise up to let them know the danger, we fear that a splinter group may come.
These are the bunch of idiots we have in the southeastern part of Nigeria. People who have nothing to offer. They have nothing to offer whatsoever when it comes to politics. They are not representing their people. They are representing themselves and the caliphate. That is the only thing they are doing. You see them running to church. That is why when we talk about religion, how religion have destroyed that contraption called Nigeria. Religion is part of the problem that we are having. In the midst of all the killing, in the midst of all the trouble, religion could not be able to stand up to their people. A country that is filled up with so many people who claim to be religious. They couldn't even call the sit at home that was called. Was even somebody who was outside the church called the sit at home. The church could not even rise up to join him in his call. Dr. Obadiah Melafia, who knows a lot about what is going on in Nigeria, called for a sit at home by all Christians. the GOs and the CAN and whatever you call them could not be able to cash, they were not able to cash in on that very call that was made. They are so scared, they run into their shell, and today they are coming out boldly to talk about the sit at home. May God have mercy on all of you, and you will pay dearly with your own life for all the evil you are perpetrating against the people of the Lord, against the people of God. Everything you are doing against them, you must surely pay with your own life. You will get your punishment in this world, not in the world to come. In this world, you are calling the sit at home off. There is nothing on earth that will call that sit at home off until our Supreme Damasin Nnamdi Kanu, just as our Simon Ekpa have said, our brother Simon Ekpa has said, we have given the challenge, unless we hear from our Supreme Damasin Nnamdi Kanu, number one, to be transferred to the correctional center. Unless our Supreme Damasin is taken to the correctional center, where he can be able to have access to every medical care that he needs and attend to people. That is when you will begin to think of maybe the sit at home will be called off or will not be called off. But for now, the sit at home continues, autopilot. It will continue. It doesn't matter what anybody say. Nobody is in control of it. Chukwu Okike Abiama himself is in charge. The spirit of Biafra have reason to fight for itself. For those of you who still think it's a joke, you think it's about Nnamdi Kanu. It is not just about Nnamdi Kanu. Biafra is stronger and bigger than anybody. Nnamdi Kanu himself said that Biafra is bigger than he himself. No one person can be able to close down Biafra struggle and begin to stifle it. You can't do that. And we have gotten to the breaking point. The Biafrans has taken it upon themselves to make sure that they are being freed. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter any strategy you want to follow, you can never succeed. You can see in the present communique that they held yesterday or the day before yesterday, they came together, those who call themselves elite in Southeastern part of Nigeria, started to talk about the only major topic they were discussing in that very discussion was sit at home. How to stop the sit at home. The issues that caused the sit at home was not addressed. And the major issue that's supposed to be on the forefront, which is the release of Nnamdi Kanu, was relegated to the background. When they were mentioning the discussion of Nnamdi Kanu, they mentioned it not even just in one word. They were going to discuss about it and form a committee. We know what their committees are. A committee of doom. A committee that doesn't have anything to offer. You came out, the major problem you have was the sit at home. Demonizing everybody. Demonizing everybody in the southeastern part of Nigeria. You talk of insecurity. Have you forgotten that the cause of the insecurity in the southeastern part of Nigeria is the federal government? The federal government of Nigeria, with whom you are serving, they are causing the insecurity in the southeastern part of Nigeria. You call about unknown gunmen. It is no longer hidden that the unknown gunmen are the military. They are the DSS members. It is no longer hidden that the unknown gunmen you are talking about who have destabilized the southeastern part of Nigeria are part of the government. Hope Uzodinma, the criminal in Imo State, confessed to that. When you were trying to blame IPOB, that IPOB was in charge of breaking prison, responsible for breaking prison in Imo State. What did Hope Uzodinma say? Hope Uzodinma on national television said it wasn't IPOB, that it was a political sect, a group, even not people, not even from Imo State. Hope Uzodinma said it on national television. Even recently, he has come again to say that people who are perpetrating evil on the day of sit at home are still politicians, that he knows that he was going to capture them. Hope Uzodinma confessed to that. It is the same political elite, they are the same people causing the mayhem in the southeastern part of Nigeria. In every good thing you do in Nigeria, there must be a step to hijacking. They have learned from their godfather in Asorok. They have learned from the federal government in Asorok, which are always very good in hijacking every good thing in Nigeria with the hoodlums. Whatever you bring in that country that will work, they will always counter it with their own evil. You see what happened, transpired in the NSAS. The NSAS issue should be a very good example for everybody to see in everything that happened in Nigeria. You saw the NSAS protest, peaceful protest of NSAS. They went and hired hoodlums. It is on video. It's not a mayhem, it's not a propaganda. You saw the hoodlums in video with a federal government car, with federal government number, special security from federal government, from Asorok, carrying hoodlum to go and disrupt a peaceful protest. That is exactly what they can go at any length to make sure that they destroy what is working. You can see the sit at home that is in place. Each time when a sit at home is being called, they will send their DSS to go and kill people. On broad daylight, they will go and kill people. Burn cars in order to frame IPOB, so that people will say that IPOB are killers, are terrorists. IPOB and ESN. ESN has nothing to do in the city. They are fighting their battle in the bushes. ESN is fighting their battle in bushes. That is where you see them. They never come to town, and they have never killed not a single innocent person since it was initiated. They are there to guide and protect the people. It doesn't matter the propaganda you push forward. Everybody in the southeastern region, old southeastern region, they know that the ESN are innocent of all charges. The same way our Sunna Mazin Nadikam is innocent of everything you are bringing against him, and he must be released unconditionally. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you say. This is our demand. Until that demand is being met, the sit at home continues. It will get tighter. It will get tighter. The sit at home will get tighter. If you don't take care, it will get tighter. And you are talking about economy. The only economy that is being destroyed is the economy of the Janjaweed and the economy of the killer elites in the southeastern part of Nigeria. The governors, the money they are stealing, that is what is being exposed in this very sit at home. And they are shaking. There is nothing that has been so effective that this very sit at home. That's why I say every foundation that Sunna Mazin Nadikam have led is being constructed by Chukwu Okabiama. That is why when he says a thing, we follow it. We follow it to the last without looking back. Today you can see the foundation that he led on sit at home is yielding fruit, and somebody is coming out to speak against it, to talk against it, even when people are doing it on their own willingly. Nobody's being forced. Nobody's being forced, and that is the obvious truth. Nobody's being forced. Nobody's being forced anywhere. Any propaganda you are hearing of burning articles in the school, burning people, burning churches, and burning cars on the road during sit at home, that is the handwork of DSS, handwork of the government. They are doing it with the state governors. They are the one doing it to make sure they demonize the sit at home, they demonize the IPOB, demonize the ESN. That is their work. They have done it during the NSAS. They are still replaying it, and they are doing it all over, everywhere. That is their handwriting. So don't shake. Participate in the sit at home if you can, as much as you can. Any way you know you can be able to show your own grievances on what is happening in Nigeria, do it. Nobody is calling you to take gun and go outside and protest, because when you go outside and protest, they will kill you. It is time for you to air your opinion. Say it the way it is. Give your opinion. Fight the battle the way the battle is on our own hand to fight. We can't wait anybody to fight for us. It is time for us to take our freedom into our own hand. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. We will continue to fight until freedom is being gotten. Before I go, I have to share with you a discussion that is being made on AIT, on this very sit at home. AIT, some people came there, we are discussing about this AIT, and I want you to hear the viewpoint, the point they have made. Some of them we are making a great point, but you will see some also trying to be politically correct in that very interview. I want you to watch from beginning to end patiently and see what is going on in the southeastern part of Nigeria.
It paralyzed the economic activities, and then it also increases security challenges. But having said that, the basic question is, why do people agree to sit at home despite the appeals by political leaders, by governors and so forth? The truth is that people have lost confidence in their political leaders. They no longer trust them, and that's why the non-state actors have taken over the stage. And then you see, the leadership, it is a leadership failure in the southeast. You see governors making effort, compelling people to come out, but people refuse. What does that show? They need to go back and think. Why is it that we are asking people to come out? They refuse. It means a vote of no confidence. Why would people pass a vote of no confidence on their governors, on their political leaders? Because they believe that what their political leaders are doing are not what they elected them to do. That leadership is supposed to influence. You don't use force. As political leaders, they are not managers. Leaders, you influence. People obey you, people show loyalty, but in this case, people are no longer doing that simply because they believe that their political leaders have betrayed them. And instead of trying to find out why people refuse, they are using force, threatening brimstone and thunders. It doesn't work like that. You see, according to according to Machiavelli, he said that a country that gets a leadership that it deserves, there's no limit to the level that country will develop. He said that leadership is major cause of the rise or fall of any nation. And the moment you don't get the right leadership, even if it's an organization, it crumbles. And that is what is happening in the Southeast. The people of Southeast haven't been lucky enough to get the political leadership they desire. And that is why you're having this problem. So you see, non-state is people obeying non-state actors. That is not good enough.
Yes, Chief Ezugwa, non-state actors dominating in the Southeast is against the state actor, is against constituted authority.
Yeah, when you create an opportunity for that to happen, so it goes on. It happens anyway. I did say that here in one of these, days when this was about to come up. I did mention when they are having these issues of security, when the Southwest were having their Matoko start trying to establish that, then they were playing politics in Southeast geopolitical zones. When the
politics in what manner?
Politics in the sense that they didn't really want to come out and establish that authority and hold firm grip of the leadership, and to reach out to the people and create that confidence that yes, this is what we want you people to do. You are defending us. You are there to, defend the interests of the geopolitical zones. There is a lot of politics that comes up in that period, because they've seen the non-state actors establishing kind of authority with the ECN taking over the protection and defending of the Southeast. They saw it as a threat and came up with the one they established called Ebubago. That Ebubago is still functioning up to today.
From our records, it's only in the Ebonyi state that Ebubago is up and running.
Well, I don't know about other states.
It's part of the issue. So, you mentioned politics on the part of the leaders. There was a joint the Southeast Governors Meeting resolution or decision rather that Ebubago should spring up. Only one state. Why are they holding back? You also mentioned that Moteko and the yearning of the people that a similar thing be established. No action, and all of a sudden ESNs surfaced.
That is where there is this deceit. You understand what I mean? If they are serious, they must fund it. They are not funding it. You know reasons why the chairman, the person they pick as the chairman of that organization, later decided to resign and throw in the towel. But at the end of the day, out of frustrations, because all the states are not coming. They are not serious in making sure that there is a welfare established in an organization. That call it vigilante, call it anything that people can now look at as yes, that the political leaders are doing something. Not only the level of governorship, those we have at the National Assembly, those we elected to represent us, they are not doing anything to demonstrate to us that they are
not doing much.
They are not doing something. They are not doing.
Of the action is.
I don't know what you mean, but they are not visible. They are not visible. That's why the non-state actors have now saw that as an opportunity and take up. Now, what they're supposed to do, and they are not trying to do, take it in that directions. Coming out to compelling people to come out and normal way, you are just wasting time. They must have to engage them. The communities, you have the PG in all different communities.
That's the President General
of the different
the Community Development Association.
Yes, and you have to engage them on the town union meetings. The government, they are there sitting. I don't know whether they lack ideas or whatever. You must go back, because if people have committed such a blunder, you still have to go back. If you must take the authority, that man, you must go back again and start work it again. Coming out in the street to tell people that you must come out, and that they will tell you that they are not coming out. They have the right under the Nigerian Constitution, either to come out or not to come out, either to open their shops or business ventures or not to do that. You can't compel people by force. So now there is a fallout. That fallout is what we are now trying to see. We in the Eastern Mandate, Eastern Congress, we have been working day and night, trying to engage them, trying to make sure that this didn't go out of control. I know quite all right in a couple of days ahead, these issues of Monday, Sitatum and all those things will be, taken care of, and we will not continue with that. So
taken care of. Perhaps let me bring in Professor Mwekaku here. IPOB itself has issued several directives saying that Monday sit-at-home is a thing of the past. We have waived it, but it has continued. The latest statement suggests that there's a criminal organization or another organization different from IPOB with a sinister motive insisting that the sit-at-homes must continue.
Well, yes. First, let me continue with the issue of Ebubago. The Eastern Governors Forum set up Ebubago. Ago is called lion, and Ebube means charisma. But the Ebubago they set up is lion without a charisma, no legislation. Till now, no state in the southeast has started legislation in order to, that is, legalize.
Even in Ebonyi State?
Even in Ebonyi State.
I think there was an...
I am not aware of any.
Who verified that?
I am not aware of any. You say you set up, that is, Ebubago. There's no legislation on that. So, as far as I know, it's still an illegal organization. No verifiable offices. As a matter of fact, the chairman of Southeast Governors Forum is the governor of Ebonyi State, and his elder brother is the chairman, but he resigned.
Of course.
You don't have personnel, no equipment. It's Ebubago by the word of mouth, and people don't believe that. You see now why, yes, IPOB has come out and said, look, Monday, don't stay at home. But there are a number of people. We believe that some criminals are actually cashing in that. But a majority of people believe that, look, we have a reason to stay at home because our security outside is not guaranteed. If Ebubago had been functioning, okay, if Ebubago had been functioning, yeah, people will have confidence. If they come out, they are sure. So Ebubago is not functioning. The other security agencies are not there. People believe that the security agencies are not there to protect them. So their protection depends on them. So why would they bother that somebody issued that thing? But as Chief Edozie said, efforts are being made to reach out to people so that this issue of sit-at-home on Monday, it's not helping any person. It paralyzes the...
Okay, well, just to clarify, the Ebonyi State government has said that there is actually a law passed by the State House of Assembly. That's the Commissioner for Internal Security, Border Peace and Conflict Resolution, Mr. Cyril Koro Emegwa, who said, contrary to media reports, that he has seen a copy of the law. Perhaps you have not seen it.
That he has seen.
Okay,
where is it? He has seen. What do you expect from government spokesperson to say that Ebonyi has done that? I'm not aware of that.
I will still verify.
I'm not aware of any time they sent a bill to the State Assembly. I'm not aware of the time a bill has a process. It has presentation period, first reading, second reading, third reading. Then from there it goes to the governor of assent. We are not aware of this. Was that done in overnight? Ebonyi, to the best of my knowledge, has no law backing up this Ebubago. And in other words, Ebubago is not restricted to Ebonyi State. It's supposed to be
it's operational in Ebonyi, but absent in the entire four states.
It is not even. If the chairman had to resign, who is operating it now? Who is the next chairman? Who is operating Ebubago in this? General Mahi retired, resigns. So who is operating Ebubago? And if Ebubago had been operating in Ebonyi, have you heard of any activities of Ebubago
Yeah, we have heard of Ebonyi. They've made arrests and all that. For Ebonyi State, we can confirm that. But let me come to you, Chief Zugwa. The economic loss. The governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer Mahi, said recently that each day the southeast is locked down. His estimation, the region loses about 10 billion naira. This is a region that is known for commerce, industry, but some say shooting itself on its foot.
Well, his comment was based on his own,
estimation, calculations.
But I feel that, yes, we lost a lot of, business, ventures and economic activities in the southeast. But the fact remains that there is something we are demanding. There is something people from the southeast are demanding. Let there be equity, justice, and fairness in that project. It does not matter the process you take in. The most important thing is the target we are going, drawing attention of Nigerians. Yes, we are losing. We know that we are losing. But the fact remains that them to do, they themselves at that level are not those things.
And, what is expected of the leaders there? You heard Governor Mahi saying in that clip we played earlier that he will begin to do at home. Have they done enough on their own?
That's what I'm saying. They have not done anything. That is why all these things we are just saying, we just trying to show. You understand? Sure. Because if he's to accept it, if we were to accept it, that is what is other orders of government within the state are doing, and what are they doing? They must have to be reaching out to the people, the traditional rulers, the religious leaders, and all the community leaders. Just like what I tell you, how many times have they been able to organize a town hall union meetings where the leaders in the government will come and begin to communicate with people, engage them? All these people that is doing, platform that you can engage people, and they will listen to you. And you yourself, the governor, must be able to demonstrate that you mean well for them, that you are serious, that you are defending their interest, and not when you just wake up from the other side and you start saying anything you like, coming out to tell people to come out and to do this, without providing that security on the street.
Professor Nwekaku, now, if the political leadership have lost legitimacy, like I asked him, what of other levels of leadership, religious and traditional institutions? In your estimation, have they done enough? Are they sitting back? Are they sympathetic?
I think the religious and community leaders believe that what the people's reactions are genuine, and they expect the political leaders to do something, both at the state and the national level. I want to give you some instances. You see recently the electronic voting bill, the senators,
electronic transmission of
yes. You see that the senators representing us, a number of them, either they were absent or they didn't vote.
Yes.
Our people were not.
And
happy.
some voted against it.
Some voted it.
Yes.
A former governor who said that there were no services in his place. But we know that there are services in his place, in Abia. So people are not happy. You see the issue of anti-open grazing bill, which the southern governors agree to.
We'll come to that in a second.
People are not happy. So the religious and community leaders tend to believe that people are right. So they want a change of attitude from political leaders, so that when they move in, people will listen to them.
We'll go on a break now. When Professor Charles Nwekaku, Secretary, Igbo Elders Consultative Forum, is joined by Chief Chidozie Zugwa, Chairman, Eastern Congress, and we're taking a look at developments from the south. Is not very pleasant. a whole lot of instability, insecurity, uncertainty from the Southeast, and let's see how we can take it up further from here now. I said earlier before the break, yes, some people may be enjoying it. That's the conclusion at the initial stage, but there are fears that it can grow into a monster already. IPOB is even saying there are other groups with sinister motives also getting involved, hijacking the process. A lot of people point out what happened in the Northeast at the onset of the Boko Haram. The same party was there, but it has come back to haunt everybody. Is the Southeast not heading towards that direction?
Well, yes, if we decide to allow it to continue to fester. But I know quite all right that the elders in the Southeast are not sitting down, folding their hands. They are reaching out to the people.
That is, if the elders are not victims already.
There are some people that they can listen to. They are doing what they're supposed to do. Because in your place, you don't have no other place other than where you live.
So there are some consultations?
Not only consultation, there's a series of engagement, day and night on that. And that's why I was saying, yes, your comment is right, most likely, because it started like this in Borno State, when people were taking them for granted. And the leaders there didn't move quickly to start engaging people. This time around in the Southeast, some group of people, call them non-government, where children were having exams, WAEC exams, and start shooting and disrupt the exam, going on. If they continue like that, the WAEC cannot return back to go and set the example. That set of children, we have problem with their paper documentations whenever they are, going. So the issues of Boko Haram, no Western education, we start to creep in. But I know that in the Southeast, we don't joke with the education. So I believe that as time goes on now, in a couple of days ahead, the issue will be, a thing of the past. I know quite all right that nobody is, keeping quiet on that aspect. It's affecting our economy. It's affecting our movement, our people that have engagement here and there. People who traveled, land at the airport, they cannot come in and they cannot move. On
that's stock.
And that's new stock.
Let me get your perspective here, Professor Nwakako.
Well, our people will not allow the matter to continue. The elders are reaching out.
Perhaps too late in the day, some may say.
Not necessarily too late, too late, because if you see, for you to reach out and people listen to you, you must have a modicum of credibility.
Yes.
It's not just every elder. So the youths are watching. Every person, you see, literacy level in the Southeast is very high, over 70%. So people read. It's not like Northeast, where few people interpret for others what happened. In the Southeast, almost every person can read, can analyze issues, and so they are watching. And efforts are being made to reach out to them. And I believe that soon.
Soon, he said, a matter of days?
Well, I wouldn't say, what I know is that by the special grace of God.
Then after this has been resolved,
yes.
Temporary peace, some may say, temporary calm.
Yes.
What should be the long-term solution?
Well, the long-term solution is for the political leaders to sit up, to begin to do those functions they were elected to do, to see themselves as the representative of the people, not their own representatives. You see, we want a situation where our people at the National Assembly will from time to time go home and consult. The allegation we have that most of them are chasing contracts. And that's why a number of people were not available the day the voting, important voting took place. And I'm sure you watch it. A number of them were not even at the chamber. Why? So the governors, they have to.
So you believe the political leadership in the Southeast, both within and outside at the federal level,
yes,
are disconnected in terms of the interests of the region from the people?
Exactly. People believe that they are not representing them. And the moment their attitude changes, you see that people will automatically change. But we are also appealing to our people that this sit at home is not helping any person. That we must stop it. There are other ways they could express their grievances. It mustn't be sit at home. It's not helping us. And we are appealing to them. Okay.
One issue that we said we raise here is the issue of open grazing, anti-open grazing law. The Governors Forum, Southern Governors Forum gave a timeline sometime in August.
September 1.
September 1, yes. Yeah. Now, some states in the southeast couldn't meet that deadline. Was it just yesterday or Monday that Governor Ugwanya of Enugu State signed the bill passed by the State House of Assembly? What's the situation in other parts? What does this speak of the southeast? What does this speak of the political leaders and, of course, their intention to indeed work for the interests of the people?
That's one of those problem where we've raised before, when you are disconnect from the people, and when you feel that all matters to you is how you enjoy the office, their political office, and relate with the people at the national level, you are not connected to the people. The people, I mean the state where you are being governed and the rest of them. By now, the entire southeast must have passed that anti-open grazing. In fact, we're supposed to superhead it. It's only Enugu, maybe Abia. Then Imo State says that they have done that.
There's an existing law that takes care of that.
Yes, So what is remaining is Anambra and probably Ebonyi State. I believe that if they can put it together and make sure that this anti-open grazing is passed and being enforced, because I see politics there. The government that control the police might not leave the police to make sure that this is
to enforce the law.
Enforce the law. But if we have the vigilantes and the people that we can,
and if you have a Budago, because in the southwest you see they are more
that is where they can enforce it. You understand? So as they are passing the law, at the same time these issues of state police matters a lot. Now when the government is playing, federal government is playing politics, we are not going to have it. You can fall back on the vigilantes and use this a task force, a kind of a very coordinated task force to make sure that this is being enforced. Because you cannot import crisis in different communities on the process of saying you are cow roots or grazing and the rest of them. This is what we have been witnessing since 2015 till today.
Or even before then.
Yeah, but not as visible as it is today. This you can see it happening everywhere. People are being killed. The impunity here and there. So I believe that if the government, that is why we are saying that the governors and the political leaders at the national level, they are not doing what we are expecting them to do. They must have to come out and make sure that this law is passed and they make sure that it's being implemented.
I'm hearing that there could be a meeting from in any way that tomorrow, but that's by the way. Your perspectives on the anti-open grazing and the reluctance of some states in the southeast to see it through.
Yes, that is one of the grievances of the people, because in our place, in Igbo land, some people rear animals, goats, cattle, and this thing, but you don't allow your domestic animals to trespass to another person's compound. It's been there. And so people want this. We don't want senseless killing and shedding of innocent blood. So that's why we want this law. If the southern governors, in their wisdom, had taken that decision, we expect
before they did.
Yes, we want our governors to implement it. Not just establish. Yes, it was said that Imo State had that law under Achiku Denwa. What happened? How come it's not being implemented? We wanted to put into play the mechanism for the implementation.
Do you think that law, I don't know whether I have seen a copy of the law, I have not. Do you think if there are components of it that takes care of anti-open grazing? Anti-open grazing, as the government claims?
Yes, I haven't seen a copy of that law. I haven't seen it.
Sorry, I will come back to you. What does it say?
they were very definite on that. Livestock. You don't allow your own livestock to encroach on somebody's, and where he does that, you pay for the damages caused. You understand? So there is a very defined, especially I will make it available to you.
Yes, if you have such a law, it's supposed to be communicated to the people. So that even the state governor of Imo State was quoted as saying that he wouldn't have anything to do with anti-open grazing and law.
No, apparently
he wasn't aware that one exists.
I thought he denied that.
But he has come out to say that there is a one in existence. Thank God that there's one in existence.
No, he came out to say there was one. No need for him.
Good. So let this appropriate for implementation, so that you have peace in Imo State and other parts of Igbo land. We don't want senseless thing to continue.
You mentioned that the political interests of the leaders in the South appear to be too selfish and alienated from that of the people. Some believe the law of some, especially at the center, is at the bane that governors especially always pull back to take action that will be in the interest of the people, because they first of think of the wider implications for their future political ambition. Why is that so? Is it even a right thing in the first place?
That's why I'm saying that they are being selfish. You see what is going on? Wike has taken it, that's what I expected some of the governors to do. They have not been able to, I don't know whether they have time to read the constitution. Their powers, the powers of the governor as chief executive of the state, they have not been able to go through and know what their powers is, because there is a separation of power. Now, Wike, when the way you look at it, whether you like him or not, is taking a very good steps. He's challenging the government, the FIRS. They don't come to my state and mop up all the IGR, what is being generated, and on the covers of the government, federal government, then only to come and give me peanuts. Take for instance, in issues of where somebody said that he's not drinking alcohol, yes, we consume alcohol. At the end of the day, you now come, whatever that is as a VAT in alcohol will be used by those who do not take it. And then it turns around, it becomes a dumping, but that's not the issue. Until the governors begin to be proactive, challenge some of these things in the law court, their rights, and the people will invest trust on you as a leader. But no, when the government said, hey, don't do that, they will see us and others, you are busy trying to secure your office, your political distance, and they don't even follow us, the people you are governing.
Okay, that's not Professor Wekak, why is it difficult to see of a governor Wike in the southeast, a governor Fayose in the southeast that are assertive, that are quick to take action? It appears is sit-down look, that most of the governors in the southeast strategy, that sit-down look strategy that they have.
Yes.
For instance, on this issue of value-added tax and the legal contest, some states have come out. Immediately Rivers started, Lagos came out. States have made pronouncements, categorical pronouncement, but instead governor said it won't be in their interest if states should collect. But sat back, the usual sitting back attitude.
Yes.
Well, why is that so, especially with the political leaders in the south?
Yes, well, I'm sure you know about the iron law of oligarchy as propounded by Robert Nichols. He said that leaders, they have a way of perpetuating themselves in power. And when their time is up, either they get their children to take over or they get surrogates to take over. And so you found out that most political leaders in the southeast were not the actual choice of the people.
Thank you.
A number of them were imposed. And so you see them pursuing the interests of their paid masters instead of the interests of their people. And that's why they are reluctant. You can imagine that. This is the thing. I haven't had any governor from southeast making a well, apart from Okeze, the Okeze that he said that Okeze did not make any compensation.
Sorry, I have to cut you short. We'll have to take a quick break. When we come back, we continue from where we left it off. Stay with us as we go on this break.
To ensure arrest
of Easter.
Nigeria's biggest is the election. This is fraud.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We're back from that quick break. Let's allow Professor Nwekaku to land on the point he was stressing.
Yes, I was saying that
after watching this very interview, you can agree with me that it is not all well. It is not all well. And the sit at home is having a good effect. If they want the sit at home to be called off, the only thing they have to do is to ask the people what is their demand. And you and I know the demand of the people. Referendum and the immediate release of Asuna Madinandikano unconditionally. Immediate release of Asuna Madinandikano unconditionally. That is when you begin to talk about the call off of the sit at home. Anything short of that, the sit at home continues. A foundation has been led for us and we follow it to the last. Thank God that Chukwu Okike Abiama by himself have unleashed the spirit of Biafra on everybody. And everybody is taking the challenge upon themselves. Everybody is working to actualize Biafra. It is not just Asuna Madinandikano or not just me and not just you. Everybody is taking that challenge. And Biafra must be actualized. It doesn't matter what they do. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is already here. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to protect Asuna Madinandikano. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect Madinandikano. Secure him wherever he is. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to give Asuna Madinandikano good health. Very, very soon, we are waiting for Asuna Madinandikano. And he is coming out in glory. He is coming out stronger. He is coming out with the flag of Biafra lifted high. And we will celebrate in Biafra land very soon the victory of Biafra. Biafra is here. It doesn't matter what they say, what they do. Do not shake. Biafra is here. Thank you so much for watching and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.